Good morning, everyone. It's Roberta with Happy on the Home Front. It is a bright and sunny summer Monday morning, and I don't know about you, but I am so thankful that summer is finally here. Oh, I just praise the Lord. Thank you, Lord, for the sun. And I wanted to give you an update of our current situation in the homeschool room. We have not completed our homeschool year, but we are hoping to do that this week. My husband yesterday, after we got home from church, decided to go ahead and go get the shelves cut that I needed for this cabinet. And so he went to do that at Lowe's, and then he brought them home and finished cutting them to the correct size yesterday and sanded all the edges down for me so they would be smooth and not give us splinters. And I cannot tell you how excited I am. So he added 3 shelves for me, this one and then these 2 top ones. Okay. All I had before was this one shelf in the middle, and I had all this stuff piled in here. And Miss Ada has just absconded with a marker, so I'm going to have to watch her. But so this is what the state of things look like now. This is a bunch of stuff that I need to put away. That is for little tiny girl here. All of this stuff was in the cabinet in some form. All of this stuff that is in Ada's pack and play was in the cabinet. And of course the stuff is still in there. So, and some of this stuff, I have so much to put away. Ezra and I still need to do our standardized test in the next couple of days. And my goal is to put lots of things in the cabinet that I need Ada to not have access to, so that she can do school with us in here in a couple of months and not get into things that are dangerous or really hard for me to clean up. So so this is what we've got going on here. And my goal is also to have a small desk and chair for Ada. I'm not exactly sure where we're going to put it. I may move it over here where this rainbow colored cart is, and then move that cart maybe over to here. I'm not really sure. I really don't like to block all the windows, but because this room was not supposed to be a school room, it has double French doors, another doorway, and it has 2 really tall, almost full-length windows, and then this huge bay window. So there's really not a lot of wall space. And the wall space that I do have, I put the chalkboard on. So I'm really not sure where to put this cart and where to put her desk, because I have the problem of being so short that if I put anything right here in this space, I'm too short to reach over it and be able to reach the top of the blackboard. So, and then of course I wanted to have our maps mounted, but that's a possibility that could change. I could always maybe keep those folded somewhere. Oh, no ma'am, we don't color on the chalkboard with markers. Okay, Mommy needs to have these. These are not for the chalkboard. Thank you. Can you find me the lid for the blue marker, Ada? So anyway, just want to give you an update. So this would be like a before. Oh, here's another pile of stuff here. The before tour, and then I will show you the after. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Now here is an update in the midst of schoolroom cleaning and organization. This is entering from the double French doors that go to our front door foyer area. So you can see that I've made quite a bit of progress today. My mom came over for about 3 hours and took care of Miss Ada, and my son Ezra was outside, doing some work outside, and this is all trash. I'm reusing some bags that I had and reusing some Amazon envelopes for trash collection. I have done some cleaning out and sorting in the cart, hoping to somehow put some stuff in here for Ada, because she can access these pretty easily. I did have them sort of closed up with these really strong rubber bands, but she figured out how to get those off. And then I've made some progress over here. So I've got some, this is hopefully going to be one of Ada's areas. And then over here, I'll put a lot of my son's stuff, and I will somehow train Ada not to get in this stuff, that the stuff that's over here is okay for her to use. So I've just got some things here to do when she's in here. I've got her Color Wonder stuff, stamping, and some washable markers back there, and that's an old formula can. I've got some reference books because she loves to look at pictures of real animals. That is to put a piece of construction paper in, and then she just water paints on it. This is coloring with crayons, and then down here we just have picture books. So far that's what I've got done there. This is some of Ada's preschool curriculum activity stuff that I need to work on and either laminate or put into a notebook for her. So that's in progress. So those are getting better. Several of those are now empty. This is a lot more empty. I've got a lot of stuff out of here and put back into the cabinet. And a lot more stuff off of this desk, as you can see. You can actually see it. And let's see, in here, I'm hopefully going to put up here stuff that I don't want Ada to get access to at all, and or things that I don't use hardly ever, like big rolls of paper. So we'll see. And this is sort of my stack of stuff that's only for me to use. So we'll see. So I've got in here almost the full set of All About Spelling. And I've got some vocabulary stuff. And then these are empty notebooks that I'm likely going to be using for Ada's preschool curricula. And I've got all the accessories for All About Spelling. This is part of our writing curriculum. This is a couple of reference books for me, and then a lot of notebook organization stuff, clipboards, folders, large art paper that would not fit in the drawers, and then here's some more stuff that we use. And then here are all of the pens and markers that only Ezra and I can use. And let's see, here's some, and here's a shelf that's going to be for some of Ada's activities that she will do with supervision. And down here are some of my science boxes that are organized by theme, by unit. So, but I've still got a lot to do, and I want to bring down a lot more of Ada's puzzles and just sort of learning related stuff, and somehow get them in this room. I don't know how that's going to happen, but anyway, I'm hopeful. Made some progress over here, kind of straightened up Ezra's area, and made a little bit of progress over here. And this is some stuff I'm collecting for the physics class that I hope to teach this fall at one of our co-ops. So I'm gathering all of my physics materials. And then so there's an update. So I will show you the final result. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, here is another update of in progress schoolroom cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. In some respects, I've made some progress. but in many respects, I have not. So I am trying to gather materials as I come across them for 2 classes I'm proposing to teach this fall at our homeschool co-op. So I've got piles of stuff there for that. This is clothing I need to put away in my son's room. Some new church clothing that I got a few months ago on a really good sale. Oh, let's see. We're still working on our standardized test. And now I have gotten deep into making and gathering and putting together preschool activities for Miss Ada. And here is how this cabinet is looking. And those shelves have just been the most wonderful addition to our homeschool room. So all of these are activities for Ada that she has to have supervision with, or either she has to do these later in a few months. And then here's a lot of the stuff for Ezra. Here's my stuff on this shelf. And then here's stuff up here that little Miss Ada does not need to have access to yet. And then here we have some science curriculum boxes that I will use later with Ada. I have gotten in some of our new curriculum for the fall, and some of that is kind of piled over there on these shelves. Okay. So yeah, here's some of the mess that I have made, and I'm trying to put things in this big tote that are for much later, or that we rarely, if ever, use, but I do want to keep. This is how her playpen's looking, which will be removed. I have purchased a little desk and chair for Ada that's for toddlers, so I hope that fits her. This is a trash box and bag. This is stuff I need to work with. These are now completely empty of dangerous art supplies, and I'm now loading these full of activities that little bitty bit can do with some supervision, but are safe for her to get out by herself. For example, in this one, we have an activity using patterns, colors, and some motor skills. Okay, these are some neat little tweezers I found at one of the dollar stores. So she will pick these up, take them out and put them back in, or dump them out and put them all back in one at a time. And then we can introduce patterns. Okay, so she can get to that herself. And then also we have a small Magna-doodle type thing. Okay, so stuff like that is in here that she is allowed to use while she's in here doing school without permission. And then sort of a similar idea over here, things that she's allowed to use and do with supervision, but not necessarily with my help, that would not fit in these drawers. So that's where I'm going with that. And I've just got piles of stuff. I know what I'm working on, but I don't know if anybody else would know. So there is that update, and I hope you'll stay tuned for the final result. Hey everybody, it's me. I'm pretty sure I'm getting ready to catch my son in a lie. I hope not, but I have a feeling. He's supposed to be getting ready to go with his grandmother to the store, and he's not supposed to be doing any screens. So we'll see. Ezra, are you getting ready? Are your screens on? Okay, I told you no screens. Don't lie to me. No, you heard me. Bring me your controllers. I did say it and you heard me. Hey everybody, it's Roberta with Happy on the Home Front, here to give you another quick update of what's happening in our homeschool room. This is the doorway from the kitchen. You know, we have the baby gate. This is trash. And you can see that these shelves are a new addition to this particular spot. They were underneath the blackboard, one on each side, but I have changed a lot of things, and we have recently purchased 2 pieces of furniture to accommodate all the stuff that we have now for preschool. We purchased this white cabinet from Wayfair, which I'm putting literacy activities in that I've been making for Ada. And let me show you over here. We also purchased this, it's like a buffet. Also, it could be used as like a TV media cabinet from Wayfair. And so there's nothing in this one yet because we just got those put inside today. So as you can see, I have made some progress in the way of moving furniture around, because this large cabinet over here, the very tallest one, was here in the middle on this wall. We moved that today. The cabinet that you see right here outside the doors used to be right over here in front of that window. So I'm going to need to find a place for that science stuff. And these we stacked because we've had them stacked before, and they are sturdy enough to be stacked. So what I'm planning to do is on these top 9 shelves put things that are for my son Ezra to use for school, and then on the bottom 9 shelves items for Ada, because she, as you know, 2-year-olds can be quite disruptive. So, and everything else you see that's piled everywhere is a ton of pre-made, store-bought preschool activities, and then lots and lots of stuff that I have printed from the internet on Pinterest, people's blogs, teacherspayteachers.com, and lots of other sites to do with Ada for like the next year at least. And then some preschool activities that I have come up with and made myself. So I will give you as many of those links as I can. But so in some ways I've made some progress, but overall it looks like I haven't. And the playpen is still here, the pack and play. Haven't gotten that emptied yet. The desk looks, well, the 2 desks look atrocious. The board is still dirty. Let's see. I have added some hanging file folder pockets that I found on Amazon. Not sure if I'm going to keep those there or if I'm going to move them to the inside of the doors, because really all the visual clutter does bother me, but I'd rather have the storage and have my activities ready to go than not. So that's that. This is a pile of trash. So progress, yes, and progress, no. So stay tuned for more updates, and I will give you a finished tour of everything once it's done. Thanks. Hi everybody, it's Roberta with Happy on the Home Front, and a schoolroom organization, clean out, reorganization, redesign, update part 25, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get started. This is the doorway coming from our kitchen into the schoolroom, which if you've watched any of my videos before, this used to be our dining room, but when we had our last child, we needed to use what was the schoolroom as her nursery and now her bedroom. So the dining room got transformed back into a schoolroom. So anyway, okay, here we go. I'm going to step over the gate, hopefully, and not break my legs. Okay, So, the two desks are still in the middle. This is my son's desk, and this is my desk right over there, which you really can't see either because they're covered in stuff. And this is now looking back at the doorway that I just came through. The chalkboard is still in the same place, the clock and all the stuff on the wall so far. We did get this put in the other day, like I told you, got it on Wayfair. And the same thing with this cabinet, which is called a pantry. We got those put in, and as you can see, I've already started to get those loaded up. The left side of this cabinet is all, or almost all, of Ada's math activities. Over here is fine motor, visual discrimination skills, stuff like that. That's all in this side. Okay, so I'm still, it looks like I'm likely going to have to use this rainbow cart of easily accessible drawers for her. I'm not really happy about that, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm trying to figure out which things I can put in there that she can have access to. Let's see. The pack and play is finally gone. So there'll be a lot of room here, hopefully. And I've still got a lot of activities in progress that I'm working on. And those will go in containers, hopefully. And I haven't even touched my tall teacher bookshelf that has my son's previous curriculum in it and some of the new stuff that has come. I haven't even touched that. These are a couple of science totes by theme that I need to put up high. This is the literacy cabinet, and it is full of everything related to literacy for my daughter for preschool for probably the next 9 months to a year. I'm just not sure how quickly she'll progress and that kind of thing. So I'm not going to really put a definite time frame on that. Empty tote bag up there, but that will probably hold more storage up there for science or other things that I don't want anybody getting into. And that's what's currently up there now. And this is the cabinet we have always had in here. I'll step back so you can see it. It looks a lot better than it did. On the top I have some art materials, and then the next shelf down is my stuff. The next shelf down is my son's, some of his stuff and some art stuff. The next shelf down is some of Ada's art materials in those bins. And then on the bottom is going to be some science stuff for Ada. Just because I ran out of room in the two new pieces of furniture that we bought. So that's that, but it's looking much better. And because I've had to clean everything out, I know what I have now. And let's see, just an empty corner. Some pockets I got on Amazon to hold some things so I don't forget about them. And then as you can see, the two 3x3 cubed bookshelves that used to be under the blackboard are now stacked on top of each other. And I mentioned before how the top 9 are going to be stuff for my son that I don't want Ada to have access to. And then the bottom 9 is going to be filled with stuff for her. Honestly, I really don't want her to have access to any of it because she doesn't understand pace yourself. We don't need to do all of this right now. And it'll be fun to get out 1 or 2 new or unfamiliar things and work with those for a while and play with those and then try something else tomorrow or next week. But she wants to get it all out. So, you know, what can you do? Got a lot of stuff on my desk piled up from moving what was in the armoires and everything. So, but if you want to know specifically what something is or what's inside something, let me know. This is going to be another teacher area, likely where I just keep stuff I need handy. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to this school year. I am looking forward to doing some structured activities with Ada. And my husband did get her little desk put together, which will go in the schoolroom as soon as everything's out of the way. But so far, she is not real happy about this chair. This is a Melissa and Doug desk and chair set for toddlers. And you can see how short it is. And even the smallest one I could find, her feet still don't touch the floor. So she's not real happy about this chair. So what I'm probably going to do is teach her how to stand and work at her desk. And what I mean by work at her desk is just stand there while we do a couple little things, and you know, it's only going to take about 10 minutes, if that. So, but anyway, I love that, and I think she'll eventually enjoy that. And I am going to put a big piece of white contact paper all across this lid, and probably wrap it under just a little bit, because Miss Ada likes to color on stuff that's not paper. So anyway, if you have any ideas or any questions, please let me know, and I will be glad to answer those. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we can talk in the comments.